What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Thick Threads, the thickest podcast on the internet. I am Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephone.
You look like you're about to say, I can't stand the rain against my window. I can't stand the rain. No, it's okay.
I feel the wind. 5, 6,
You
7.
look like you're glad
8,
to
9.
be doing this.
Wow.
Glad bag. Okay.
Does that work?
Shout out to everybody who's audio only. She has a very leather outfit on today.
Pleather.
Pleather. Yeah, don't come for us,
So,
Peter.
yeah.
But that's a good little call out. We don't say that enough. We are available audio only. We back on there everywhere you find podcasts. We be in there.
You look like you about to lift weights.
Look like I'm about to say Jarvis.
I was gonna say, what is it? Fantastic Four?
Oh
It looks
yeah,
like-
see that flame on. I'm about to hit up
Look like
Susan
a
Storm.
Test subject.
A test subject.
Subject.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we have a very interesting show for you. I feel like the show should start having like a theme, you know?
Like what?
Like, just like last week, the theme was kind of like, wake up early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got like, crazy party stuff.
Yeah.
Then it got into smashing grandpas.
Okay. Right.
So I think like a little through line, might I'm thinking that today is gonna be about personal development.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
just some personal journey.
Okay.
I feel like that can be something. I'm gonna do my best to find little connecting fibers.
Okay. Okay.
But
It's hard to do that when we don't know what each other brought.
and
So
I'm gonna bring it.
I'm gonna try because our facts, we don't know what each other's facts are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to. I wonder if we end up being on theme. We
No,
know
we
what
are.
each other's threads are.
We are. It's
we
a
know
stretch.
threads, but we don't know facts.
Oh yeah. In terms of the threads, it's a stretch, but I think personal growth can come from this.
Okay.
My thread is, in what unexpected way did someone in your circle suddenly become wealthy?
That's awesome.
Somebody just getting rich out of
Yes.
nowhere.
I love that.
Okay.
Because why wouldn't you be like, ooh, why wouldn't you be super happy for your friend that just made it, whether they hit the lottery, whether they, a project they've been working on went crazy. I don't know. It's a really good feeling when somebody in your circle hits it big.
Yeah, because it's kind of crazy. I be hearing stuff about like, this might have been in a show, but some dude just had like a website that was super general. Like, you know how people be buying up domains.
Super general?
General. Oh, super general. Did I say general?
You said
General.
general.
It'll be super general website, and then a big company wants to buy it.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
people who'd be like scalping websites,
Mhm.
and they'll just make either upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars or even like low millions based
Mhm.
off of that. And they're just like a super regular person that was doing that on the side, and now they have different friends.
Man, if you can find one of those, ooh, that's such a good,
Mhm.
like, that's so good. So you got to pay attention when new words are created, because when new words are created,
Mhm.
instantly go buy that .com.
I was an intern at All Def. I had like I shared a desk with this old white dude, and he was there to talk to like other people. He wasn't interning there, but he was a website buyer, and I think he had like lyrics.com.
Oh, that's good.
Lyric.com, and he was saying that he was trying to sell it, but I wonder what island he's on right now.
He probably for sure sold that. That's like getting towel.com or
Towel? You think towel's thriving?
I think that any regular word could be thriving.
Okay.
So, and then the reason that it makes money after that is because somebody does something with it, with that word, that becomes crazy. So if you bought bling bling as soon as freaking Lil Wayne said it, in the song, if you bought blingbling.com, I'm sure
you'd had Birdman at your house. Red stars and everything.
Exactly. What's her name? Tyra came up with Smize.
Oh, that was her?
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
From
America's Next Top Model. I didn't know that. I just watched the documentary, the new one that just came out on Netflix, and they talked about it on there that they created Smize. And I was like, whoa,
Smize and Bling. Two black inventors.
Okay, my thread is, please share your serial killer trait, which is more so being unapologetically you. Yeah. That is what
I definitely
mine
have mine.
is. So yours is personal growth. Mine is
No. Personal growth is the theme of the whole episode.
Oh.
Because I feel like whoever is in this gets to free themselves and talk about what they think is so crazy of a habit, which might be normal, you know? And then we could talk about it. I definitely have mine. I was thinking about it the other day.
Have mine.
I was like, man, this is a little weird.
Oh, shoot.
I've said it on the show a bunch of times.
Oh, is it the pacing? No, it's not the pacing.
Yeah, but it got weirder.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it. I'm excited.
Pace naked. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, my thread is, for those of you who don't understand serial killer trait, it's more so lightly based things that you do that you feel like it's kind of weird.
Like I iron my bed sheets like Patrick Bateman.
Oh, ironing bed sheets. Wow. What's her name? Steams hers to straighten them. Jackie Aina. I've seen that. And I'm like, oh. I kind of want to do it low key.
Isn't that like...
It looks comfortable.
It just looks like a hotel bed.
Yeah.
I just got to the point where I make my bed every morning.
Do you?
Yeah, because I mean, like, when I live alone, it's I'll get out the bed, and however it is how I accept it at night. But now I'm remember, I'm becoming a morning person.
Oh.
That's part of the little
So you
ritual.
tuck it in, or do you just...
I don't tuck it.
Oh, okay.
I flick it.
So you just flick the...
Yeah, baby steps.
Okay.
All right. On our personal growth theory.
Okay.
I got some thick facts. Now, again, you don't have to make it towards this. This is just me trying to piece together everything with a through line. I think that'd be a fun challenge.
Okay.
Personal growth. It takes roughly 66 days for a new behavior to become a habit. This is crushing news. I thought it was 2 weeks. 66 days is 2 months. Okay. So, Philippa Lally is a health psychology researcher at University College in London. In a study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology, Lally and her research team decided to figure out just how long it actually takes to form a habit. The study examined the habits of 96 people over 12 weeks. Each person chose one new habit for the 12 weeks and reported each day on whether or not they did the behavior and how automatic the behavior felt. Some people chose simple habits like drinking a bottle of water with lunch. Others chose more difficult tasks like running for 15 minutes before dinner. At the end of the 12 weeks, the researchers analyzed the data to determine how long it took each person to go from starting a new behavior to automatically doing it. The answer, on average, it took more than 2 months before a new behavior became automatic. 66 days to be exact. How long it takes a new habit to form can vary widely depending on the behavior, the person, and the circumstances. In Lally's study, it took anywhere from 18 days to 254 days for people to form a new habit.
254 days is atrocious.
That is what, like
that's
110 days off, which is...
That's
I don't
like,
even know that math.
Well,
what's 100? How many months?
365. Is
That's like a little over, like about 4 months.
No, because if 365 days is 1 year, 200 and how much was it? 80? 54?
Right.
254
so 110 days is around 4 months, right?
Okay. Yeah. Because 90 days is 3 months.
So that would mean the actual habit took 8 months to form?
Just about. Yeah, around that.
That's
it's 30.
heart-wrenching.
90.
I don't know what that math is, but I feel like it's in ballpark. Okay, so it said, in other words, if you want to set your expectations appropriately, the truth is what will probably take you anywhere. The truth is that it will probably take you anywhere from 2 months to 8 months to build a new behavior into your life, not 21 days. Okay, that's the study I saw.
Yeah.
It was like, if you
That's what I had heard, so I was excited about that. Now here in 2 months.
It's actually 3 weeks. Yeah, it's like they said if you brush your teeth with your left hand for 2 weeks, or I guess 3 weeks, it'll become like a dominant hand or something. It says, interestingly, the researchers also found that missing one opportunity to perform the behavior did not materially affect the habit-forming process. In other words, it doesn't matter if you mess up every now and then. Building better habits is not an all-for-nothing process.
Yep. We just talked about that. We just talked about that.
I'd be thinking that. You'd be like, boom, 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 boom. And then a couple days off, I'd be thinking you went back 3 weeks.
No, 6 steps forward, 1 step back. 6 steps forward, 1 step back.
So this is great and bad news because it seems like good habits just tripled in time. And it could even be 8 months.
It's like 2 months. 2 months is a minute to
over 2 months. So I mean, it makes sense to be like, all right, this next 2-3 weeks, I'm about to get it together. But to be like, man, around May, it's gonna start forming.
I remember when that number was 7. It was like 7 times. No, it takes you like to do something 7 times for it to become, habit. And then it went to like 21. And I thought it was 7 times, but it could have been 7 days. Then it went to 21, and now it's up to 254.
I definitely remember 21, but 8 months worth. I'm just gonna do this math. I feel like we've
just go in 90-day increments. 90 plus 90 is 180. That's 6 months, and then what is it? 254, 25, 24
plus 90. So like
about 8 months.
About 8 months. Yeah. But yeah, that's also like. I also kind of needed to hear that too because we just had Hell Month. And then February kind of loosened up a little, so I was like, "Damn!"
Because I was getting ready for the lesbian homie, shoot the lesbian homie, and now I'm shooting the lesbian homie. So I did what I was supposed to do with that, but because we started February 2nd, So with that, no, I'm not able to go to the gym every day because sometimes we're shooting, 6 to 12 hour days. Or whatnot. And then we have other stuff to do outside of that. But still being able to get there every now and then, for me, it's like, okay, it's more than I was doing last year. Because last year, I wasn't doing nearly as much. So I'm not being so hard on myself because I'm like, look, I'm still working. I'm still doing. I'm not just, just laying at home. And if I do decide to take a day to stay at home and relax and chill, then I'm not going to beat myself up for it.
Yeah, I think it's really about that little period after the goal because I think we both met our goals pretty much. I was prepping for something that was a little earlier in January. So the after of that is like where I could chill for a little bit, but my fear is like, building up to potentially getting a new good habit and then going back.
And you're also loving what you're doing too. So it's not like I did say it like that.
Now that we're checking each other.
You check me every time I mess up something. You're loving what you're doing too. So if you actually like start a habit and you end up really liking that habit, that's
what I want.
That's even better. So
that's what I like.
You even start wearing the shorts all the time.
And stuff like this. It looks like I'm about to call the thing in here.
You do look like
Fantastic Four is a good one. I was thinking of like how Tony Stark just started dressing like trash in the third Avengers and started wearing these weird things. That's how I'd be feeling. But I think Fantastic Four is right on.
You look like what would your power be in that? It would have to do something with your dreads.
What? Like Lockman? Lockman.
Where they like stretch and and lasso people.
That
I mean,
exists.
there's a stretch guy already.
No, there's hair people.
There's a hair guy.
Sindel and Medusa. Yeah.
Oh, Medusa definitely snakes.
Marvel Medusa.
Oh, does she not have snakes on her head? And she doesn't turn niggas to stone.
I just seen her in a game. I don't know comic wise.
Oh, I know her lore is snakes in her head.
Yeah,
she's pretty though, but if you look straight at her, sure problem. All right, my fact is just Victorian slang that sounds fake, but it's totally real.
Oh,
so you know one of these because I think we talked about it
a
while ago.
Okay,
which one?
This is definitely personal growth for me.
Okay, you ready?
I'm using these,
and this is something that's me. Okay, this one, it's always smiling, which is giggle mug. Someone
who's always smiling.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a giggle mug.
I like that one. Giggle mug is funny. I've never heard anything like that.
Giggle to mug. Pour the tea is bitch the pot.
What? Oh my God. As a new tea drinker, this is gold.
To bitch the pot. You can, the next time you shoot pot. Tea and time.
And I won't have to blurb it out.
To have temporary sadness is got the morbs.
The morbs?
The morbs.
I got the morbs today.
Got the morbs.
Like morbid?
Uh-huh.
They must have had an E40 back then. Somebody was making up some fire.
No, for real. Like, when you watch those old shows, the Game of Thrones type shows, they be hitting with some of that language.
The slang be on point.
Yeah, the slang be doing it.
Got the morbs.
Like, damn. Drunk is tight as a boiled owl.
Nope. That's where I draw a thick line. Nigga said he's tight as a boiled owl. That sounds like he's on some freak shit. Like, bro, get away.
Right.
I'm tight as a oiled, what is it? An oiled owl?
No, boiled.
A boiled owl. That's even
tight as a boiled owl.
Tight as a boiled owl right now.
I'm tight as a boiled owl.
I need you to walk away.
Embarrassed might be my favorite one. This actually sounds like a black phrase. So to be embarrassed is to be poked up.
Oh, I'm poked up.
I'm poked up.
That sounds
like a dick hard.
Getting a boner, yeah. I'm poked up right now.
I'm embarrassed. I'm poked up right now.
Poked is actually a better nickname for
embarrassment.
No, like horny,
yeah.
I'm poked.
Mm-hmm.
Poked
but
up.
Instead, you're embarrassed. Breasts are Cupid's kettle drums.
That sounds like a horny white frat dude. Like, look at those Cupid kettle drums, man. It's crazy Cupid's kettle drums.
To be unwell is to be not up to dick.
Not up to dick?
Not up to dick.
I will never use that. That sounds like you're turning down an offer for dick. Just like, no, I'm not up to dick right now. Hell no.
Yep. In Victorian Britain, calling someone a butter upon bacon was not a compliment.
That's an insult?
Butter upon bacon.
You're butter upon bacon. Yeah, that's where they needed help, was the roasting. They didn't know how to insult at all.
Right. It says during the 19th century, especially throughout the Victorian era from 1837 to 1901, English slang took on a life of its own. A butter upon bacon described something excessive, like gilding the lily. An art of a mo meant half of a moment, while a damn fino was short for damn if I know.
Wow.
Damn fino.
Damn fino. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, I like that. These phrases appeared in newspapers, street talk, and popular dictionaries of the time, reflecting a society bursting with industrial change, rigid manners, and surprisingly playful language. Many of these expressions were documented in period glossaries and later preserved by language historians who studied how everyday Britons actually spoke beyond formal writing.
Okay. personal growth.
Cool.
We out here learning some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get into some facts.
I wish I would call out sick talking about I'm not up to dick.
Not up to dick today, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's hear about serial killer traits first.
Okay. I eat all Kit Kats by biting the chocolate off the sides first, then I'll bite the Kit Kat.
Okay, that one isn't that crazy because Kit Kats have like a really good like forehead.
No, that's kind of wild.
You know what I'm saying? Not
biting, like eating it like a beaver, like biting all around
hear me
the
out.
chocolate.
Not on the sides, but on the top. You know how there's that first layer and then the layer that sits on top of it that has Kit Kat written on it?
Mhm.
You can actually bite. That's just the wafer right there. And you can
I
kind of
know.
like, and you can bite all the way down it.
But she said she eat the sides first.
Well, I don't know the sides. I think she means like the little over spill. But
Mhm.
I feel like you can eat a Kit Kat anyway, you know?
Uh-huh. Are you you're about to show us why you might be a serial killer.
I think Kit Kats are versatile. You can eat them how you want.
This person said, my GPS stays muted because I don't like being told what to do.
With directions? Okay, wait. I feel that one too. Because he'd rather just look at it and GPS be annoying as hell. They be stopping the songs and they be updating unnecessarily, like continue forward.
Oh, that's my least favorite.
It's
of
awful.
all.
Especially like when you merge on, they're like, you're about to merge. Merge on the 101. Keep going forward. Continue forward. Like, shut up.
But they troll us, though. You know why they do that?
Why?
And this is a conspiracy of mine, a conspiracy theory of mine. I feel like they know when you're listening, if you're listening to something that, you know, that is a really good part, they'll say continue forward right at the best
yeah, they
part
always come in at the part you want. Sometimes it happens more than once. Like you rewind and they do it again.
They do it. That's
and
what I'm
that's
saying.
why you turn that bitch off.
They know exactly what they're doing. I eat gummy bears in pairs so they don't die alone. How sweet.
That is actually, that's the closest to actual serial killerdom.
Why? She's giving him a companion.
Eating gummy bears and just in your mind, you're killing them one by one is also very crazy.
That's
but then
wild.
to just be like, I'll kill you guys together.
No,
and
something's
try
wrong
to,
with her.
yeah, that's insane.
I separate my M&Ms by color and number. When I eat them, I start with the least in number.
What numbers?
There's numbers on M&Ms?
No.
I don't know. I don't eat M&Ms. I'm sure there
It
are.
said and
She
Skittles?
said. No, M&Ms. She said, I separate my M&Ms by color and number. When I eat them, I start with the least in number. Oh,
she
no, it's
counts
how
each
many.
one. She counts each
So
color.
if there's like 5 reds, 3 blues, 2 yellows, and 1 brown, she eats the brown first.
That in it of itself isn't alarming, but it makes how she thinks really alarming because there's probably that leaks into other stuff. However, that's pretty concerning. She's probably a control freak.
I think that's pretty wild. The wild part is not the separating them by colors, but it's to eating the least amount of one color first up until the most.
It's a lot to unpack,
that's wild.
But it ultimately equals unwell. Yeah.
I open a bag of chips from the bottom of the bag to evenly distribute the seasoning, and everyone thinks I'm crazy.
That has... I'm sure that doesn't work, but it has some logic behind it. Where you'd be like, I'm going to start doing that too.
But why not just like shake the bag?
I'm just saying that they have a reason that seems like it could move the conversation forward if you said that. It probably wouldn't be attacked as much. Be like, oh, okay, I can see that.
I sleep with the window cracked and the fan on in the dead of winter, but take scalding hot showers.
Yeah, I don't know about the scalding hot. I thought I took hot showers until I went in the shower after a woman. But
you've never been in the shower with a woman and it was scalding hot?
No, I wouldn't let it. I don't like that.
Oh shit.
So I feel like the best I could do is touch it after they're out and then be like, hell no. But I do the same in terms of the coldness. I am super weird. It was pouring last night. I put on rain sounds and the fan.
You know,
and the heater.
I don't typically sleep with a fan. The heater? You put the heater on?
I put the space heater right here. The fan's over there. It's on 65, maybe 63.
Okay.
And rain sounds on top of real rain.
And the window's open.
And a window open.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Jack Frost over here.
I did say in the beginning that you were going to let us know why you were serial killer.
I mean, I didn't.
And this is that.
I didn't think it was crazy until
you broke it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This one I do. I race the GPS. GPS says ETA 6:55. Me, bet I can make it there at 6.
Yeah.
I race it.
I do that too. But what's crazy
I try to guess how many minutes early I'm going to get to my destination.
I don't get how they can be that accurate, because sometimes it'll be like a little stint of traffic, and then it'll lighten up a little bit, and I'll do all these extra maneuvers to try to get time, and then it ends up like when I get ahead, there's a traffic thing, and it's just like, damn, did you know I was going to get frustrated here and speed up? You know,
we're in a simulation.
That's crazy.
They know exactly what time we're going to get there when we get there. The thing is, I've noticed the only way to beat the GPS is if you're going somewhere far. If you're going close, for me, the most time is pretty freaking accurate, no matter how fast. The one thing I pay attention to and what I really like is when I take like the carpool lane versus there being a whole bunch of traffic. Yeah, so I figure it's like what it's according to the traffic. So they're going off that. But then I'm like, but I'm getting in, the carpool lane. And so I get excited when I see the number drop after that.
Understandable.
I pour the water in my mouth before I put the pills in to swallow.
Damn. Does that work?
I used to do that. It's so much harder. Now, if you just put the pill under your tongue and then you put the water in, it rises to the top and you just swallow it like it's not there.
Why wouldn't it rise to the top if it wasn't under your tongue?
It's because when you put it, because I don't think it does. I think it just goes back and you have to actually swallow it. When you put it under your tongue, I guess it's the last thing that comes up. But I just know I used to do it like that. I used to put the water in first, then put the pill, and that didn't work. And then I put it in regular, and I still had to, swallow. But when you put it under your tongue and then put the drink in, it just automatically goes to how you don't even feel it go down your throat.
That's so crazy. I used to think of supplements as like little Super Mario power-ups. So
really?
I had a phase where I would look up all these different things and get just all these random supplements that did different things. Like this gives you eyes, and better eyesight, better hair, better skin. And I thought that just taking each one would be like +1 eyesight, +1 this. And it wasn't until I think last year where I started like telling my chat GPT like, which of these are hype, which of these you can actually use, blah, blah, blah. They broke it down like, first of all, most of these are canceling each other out. Right. This one is this. This one is just you shouldn't be taking every day. This one is good for you, but it wears down on this. And I was just like, man, I reduced it to like, I actually had the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday old person thing. And I was taking like maybe 10 supplements and vitamins a day.
Whoa. That's a lot.
So yeah, I was having pause. I had some swallowing trouble.
Wow.
Some of them things pills was
horse
huge.
Pills. Look, I can teach you some things about how to get it down your throat.
Wow.
I got you.
No, thank you.
Unpause. Play. I do sock shoe when getting ready to leave the house.
Hell no.
That is the worst.
That's the worst one
on this thread.
That's the worst one. Is that even convenient? Because you got to unwrap the socks and grab the shoes in pairs. So that's horrible.
Yes, that is ridiculous.
That's like pouring the milk before the cereal. You cannot do it. It's ungodly.
I love this person. This person said, I pay attention for potential body disposal sites when driving.
What? That's a literal serial killer trait.
You've never done something like that where you'd be like,
No.
that would be probably a great place to bury
You
a body.
have?
You've never said to yourself like, oh, that would be probably a great place to bury a body where nobody would find it.
I've thought that if it was a crazy remote thing.
Yeah.
But that's in the same vein of like, damn, if something happened to me, nobody would find me.
Right.
Or just like a cliff. Like, damn, I've done that.
Mhm.
But it's not like every time I'm in in nature, I'm like, all right, I would bury a body there. Like if it's an extremely obviously good place, I would think it. I'm not going to do you like that. But I have never consistently done that every time I drove.
Mhm.
You have?
I don't know, not consistently, but I've had that thought before.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, they said, I think of potential body disposal sites while driving. That's funny.
Actually crazy.
Oh my God. This might be the worst. I eat oatmeal out the pack straight. No water, just raw dog it. With the oatmeal pack?
That is horrible. I will say that. However, I would give it a chance. Hear me out. Think about all of our childhood dehydrated snacks. Tell me you haven't eaten ramen that was uncooked.
I haven't.
Are you serious?
I've never eaten uncooked ramen. I always put it in the water and
never
boil
in
it.
your school did you have somebody have the brick and break it up and put the seasoning and eat it like chips?
No.
It's good. I probably wouldn't eat it now with what I know.
Because they're using that shit to patch up walls and stuff.
Exactly. And sinks. But I know that, yeah. And then if you get the ones with the dehydrated little fruits in there, I could see it not being horrible. But that guy is, you got to check on him.
That's
got to watch him. Giving him
this one's not too bad. They say, I just take bites out of my string cheese.
I've done that. It feels wrong.
It feels wrong.
It feels really wrong.
I can't. Yeah, I have to.
The most I'll do is like peel it with my teeth instead of doing the whole kid thing. But I have bit string cheese. String cheese is good. I just don't like how plasticky it feels on the end. You know how like the foreskin of the string cheese is like, it's almost like melted plastic on it?
At the tip?
The little tip, yeah.
You gonna pause? No. Oh, you say you don't like it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the foreskin.
I do. I like all of the string cheese.
I thought you were going to say all foreskin.
No. And then this person says, I scrape almost all the icing off the cupcake and just eat the cake part with the tiniest bit of icing. That is definitely serial killer.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like icing.
Scraping all the icing off and then only eating the top portion. So they're not eating the body of the cupcake. It's just that.
When did they say that?
They said it.
They said just
the cake portion. I just eat the tiniest bit of icing.
Yeah, but the cake, they eat the whole cake portion. They just put a little bit of icing.
They said, I scrape almost all the icing off the cupcake and just eat the cake part with the tiniest bit of icing.
Yeah.
So the cake part with the tiniest bit of icing.
So basically the whole cake part, and they just use a little bit of the icing that they scrape off.
No, I don't think they eat the body of the cupcake.
When did it say that?
That's what they're saying. I only eat the part, because you know that there's two parts of the cupcake. Well, three.
Icing and the cake.
The icing, and then the part that kind of comes over the cupcake to make it.
The cake.
It's almost like the cake. It's almost like crust of a cake.
That's part of the cake.
But I think what they're saying is I only eat the part with the tiniest bit of icing, which would be that top part.
No, they said I eat the cake part with the tiniest bit of icing, meaning they just scrape the icing off and they eat the cake part, and then they just put a little bit of icing on it. I don't think that's weird because I hate icing. Icing, it's weird. Like mom and pop shops make good icing, but I feel like Ralph's and all these places that make regular cakes, they be having some hard ass icing. It's almost plasticky. So I wouldn't judge. I wouldn't judge you for eating it like that.
I would. If it's what I think it is, it's pretty crazy.
What do you think it is from that sentence? I'm confused.
So you know how you can kind of like peel the muffin part of the cupcake off?
You mean the little panties off?
No, not the panties. The top of the cupcake.
Just where it bakes out?
The part that you put the icing on.
Right, which is just the cake rising and spilling over, right? Muffin
right,
top.
right. But you can kind of peel that off, and it'll like come off.
You could, but that's not. You don't. Even if you were to peel it off, you wouldn't consider that part of the cake.
Yeah, it is. But when they said I only eat the part of the cake with the tiniest bit of icing, for me, I read it as they take that part off and just eat that part and leave the body of the cake. So it's almost like eating the very middle of the cupcake without eating the whole thing. And that sounds crazy.
The middle, if the icing was the top.
If the icing
it's really
was
the top of the cupcake.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I
don't judge. I don't judge her for that. I don't know why I assumed her.
I think it was a girl.
Niggas don't like cupcakes.
They don't? Why not?
I don't like cupcakes. I think it's the worst version of cake.
Oh. What's your serial killer trait?
Okay, so pacing. And I found this out during this week, actually, when I was trying to figure out, like, because I had 2 mornings, and one led to a really unproductive day, and one led to a really productive day, even though I did the same sort of ritual. I hate the word ritual, but it's just the same regimen.
Ritual is given a whole nother
yeah,
meaning.
The same regimen, like, tea, meditation, stretching, all that stuff. But one of them, I was also editing a video to go up. I was playing my little Marvel game. I was just like distracting myself. So even though I went through the motions of it and felt better, I didn't attack the stuff that I wanted to do. And then I did the same thing without all that stuff. So I basically realized that to really focus, you have to kind of anchor your brain on something while you're doing other stuff, which is why people concentrate on their breathing. And that's why things like showers and traffic, you said driving with no music.
Well, I'm going to say that for the episode.
Oh, you said that off camera. Yeah. So I think all of those, what they has in common is like a small task that you can anchor on, and then your brain can go where it needs to or turn off. So I realized that pacing is my version of that. Like whether I'm on the phone or thinking of something or something like that, the pacing is giving me like a little route, a little exercise. My body's doing something so that I can focus on something specific. Probably a really huge sign of ADHD. I think I've accepted that.
I think your more serial killer trait is what you said earlier.
What?
Heater at the bed, window open, fan on.
I didn't see that as weird.
At 63.
Sure.
That was just
like an assassin. Yeah. Space heater, fan, AC window. And it's crazy because when I'm not sleeping, it's a version of that.
And rain sounds with that.
It rain sounds and it's raining outside. But then when I'm awake, it's cold, not 63 because I don't have blankets, but it'll be like 67 to 69 with my fireplace on. So, and then the window open. So it's kind of like always. So for sure, I'll take that. But what I will say that my pacing got crazier is because now I do it with like something smoking. So it'll either be like my set of like charcoal with like the menthol crystals and stuff all billowing.
That stuff smells so good.
It smells amazing. Or, I'm out now, but the incense, I really became what niggas in ADD made fun of me for. Yeah. And then I added like sage.
You become Incense Pat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Patrick beat his bitch up over the last incident. That's what Craig said to me. Yep. But I'll walk just constantly in each room with that, just billowing smoke, but also planning my day.
How you said that funny ass joke and then just continue?
What?
Patrick beat his bitch up over the last.
Oh, because it's
everywhere.
Yeah, Craig said that to me in like season 3 or something, and people have been saying that. But yeah, I went from just silently talking to myself, walking around. Now I look like a Native American chief because I've got all this stuff in them. Yeah, that's my.
I think because visualizing you walking around with that thing like you're a Catholic priest,
the gold thing.
The one that goes.
And it's crazy because people probably think I'm like chanting something religious, but I'm just thinking of like what I'm doing that day.
Yourself doing that around the house.
I'm scared.
Scared. And mine is just I drive in silence. So music,
like
I don't need music. Oh, you work out to meditative sounds in the gym?
That's not
that is a serial
no, it's
killer
not.
trait. So you mean to tell me you're at the boxing You're on the bags boxing, and you're listening to ding ding ding.
Oh, my favorite one is called Mandala. And it just starts with sounds like I just died.
I'm gonna tell you, if you were in a movie and that was the music behind you fighting, we would probably think that you were a serial killer.
Well, I mean, I'm fighting now, but before I was doing it on. It started with hikes. So it was like majestic.
That makes more sense.
So it felt like I was hiking to like Zeus's house or something. And then when I started hiking less and just going to the gym, that kept because, I mean, yeah, niggas listening to Kendrick and G-Unit and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're working out and you're listening to words, you think of the words. But when there's nothing, it's just like, it's almost like thought packaging. Because it's like now my thoughts thrive because it's like it has this epic ass.
What's the bowl? Sound bowl. You over here bench pressing like to sound bowls.
I'll show you. You want to hear a song? You want to hear a track?
Will we get marked?
That'd be crazy if you were getting marked for stuff like this. I'm not sure, but
I drive. I drive in silence, and I feel like that is probably
So put on meditation sounds. You might as well.
I like silence.
Why? So that you can think?
I don't know.
It's gotta be. Why wouldn't it be related to your inner thoughts?
It's just not something that I think to do. And so when I get in the car with other people and they try to hand me the aux cord, I'm like,
playing
because I don't play music in the car for myself.
I'm gonna send you just 3 songs.
I like meditative music.
But I'm just saying, play it while you drive.
Okay.
And
so you're trying to get me out of my serial killer trait.
Well, no, because you said that what I'm doing is a serial killer trait.
It is.
I'm saying that, and you guys try it at home. Try driving, working out, or like doing some cardio running, just something that is monotonous and boring. And instead of listening to music, which you would normally do, listen to meditative music.
I recently just started listening to NBA YoungBoy while I'm working out.
See that?
I don't know.
There's no way that could, I mean, I could see how that would get you hyped.
Yes, it gets you. If you're lifting weights,
I'm not trying to be hyped.
I'm not trying to be relaxed. I'm trying to be hype while I'm lifting weights so I can get through that. I would rather listen to meditative music when I'm stretching.
Look up Franz Emerald Crystal Caves, okay?
It's a good song, what you listen to. I know what song that is.
Crystal Caves. There's also Mandala, which is by Lokhanda, L-H-O-K-A-N-D-A, Lokhanda, Mandala. And then there's a dude named Rakanu, which I'm assuming he's a dude, but I can't even pronounce the words because it's in Arabic.
Oh.
So Rakanu, R-A-K-U-N-U, and just try it out. Try it out. See, call me a serial killer after that. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do my thread, which was as followed as I try to remember. Oh, here it is. Okay, in what unexpected way did someone in your circle suddenly become wealthy?
Oh, this is going to be good.
So someone said, my friend won $1 million in a lottery around the time he graduated college. He paid off his mom's remaining mortgage, invested a load into a retirement fund for her. He bought himself a fairly modest 3-bedroom house, paid off his student loans, and took his mom on a really nice holiday. Can't think of anyone more deserving. His mom worked her tail off to give him the best opportunities she could, and he's always worked hard. He's working a decent 9-to-5 job now. Seems happy last time I was chatting to him.
That's beautiful.
That's great. So he won the lottery around $1 million, so I'm assuming they took a little bit. Paid his mom off, invested into her retirement fund, then got himself a 3-bedroom house, paid his student loans off, and took his mom on a trip.
He did about the most responsible thing that anybody could do with that amount of money.
And respectable, because he didn't just do responsible stuff for himself. Right. He hooked his mom up and then he just worked a job again. And it's like, I'm good.
He's probably way happier at that job too. It's sometimes I feel like the 9-to-5 jobs that you get, they're miserable sometimes because of your life outside of that. you can't relax. You can't you stressed out at home, and then you
That's a
got to
good
go
point,
to the
yeah.
job that might not even be that bad, but seems worse because
It's
things are,
it's
yeah.
compounded with all this other stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So then him, in his case, getting all that money, being able to take care of his life outside of work, he went back to the 9 to 5 to sustain,
Just
the life of,
instead
but
of taking $1 million, buying a whole
mhm,
bunch of stuff that you can't keep
right.
going.
It's like a
And
boost. He got like a turbo boost in
and he's
life.
probably put enough away where he doesn't have to worry and his mom doesn't have to worry. So
Mhm.
him really like going check to check with a job, knowing that you have something put away, like you said, it probably is a different energy when you walk in there
Mhm.
instead of like, fuck this place, I need
Mhm.
it.
And not having to worry about taking care of your parents like that. I think that might be an underrated thought as a young person.
Uh-huh.
Like putting in for your parents, like retirement stuff before, they have to start using it. It's like, okay, because once they can't work anymore and they start getting older, the responsibility goes down to you.
And then it's
you
usually
know?
struggle mode immediately.
Yep.
As opposed to putting away for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said they got married. Her family gave them millions and a house, and they gave him a job.
Damn.
3 years later, when they had their first kid, it very obviously wasn't his. You know what that means?
It was black.
It was black. Or it was white. We don't know what race they started with.
It was black.
He got half in the divorce and all toys he bought with their money. He was very generous with the money and was broke within 5 years.
He left? Man,
He
I'll
said
be
divorce.
raising that black baby. You better stop.
Well, it was him.
I'll be raising that white baby. Listen.
That's crazy. Nah, he did.
They gave him how many million? $3 million?
Gave him millions and a house and a job.
A house and a job?
But he said nah and got half of those millions in the divorce.
Okay. Well,
And everything that they bought with their money, which I'm assuming was cars and all that stuff.
he must have really loved her.
He left.
No, that's why I'm saying he left. He must have really loved her.
Oh.
Like a lot of people will find that type of situation and be like, oh,
Still mess it up.
She's a gold mine, and really be there for, the BS. But it sounds like he really loved her if he decided to divorce, Poor guy.
So one of our friends inherited a house. She owned one already. So an extra house, some land, shares, cash, etc. from an ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
Ex-boyfriend, 10 plus years earlier, got cancer, knew he was going to die, and left her his entire estate.
Wow.
10 years later. She had no idea, hadn't heard from him since the breakup, until a letter came in from the lawyer's office.
Wow.
If you ain't religious before that. She was probably like, who?
Like, what?
Who is that?
No way.
That's crazy. That means he was rich and just had nobody.
People about to start calling their exes. Hey, can you make sure something happened to you that I'm in your will?
Damn. My wife's friend's husband was a plumber. He hated it, but he loved online gaming. He got really into flight simulators.
Oh, cool.
He was the #1 user of some helicopter flight simulator. There's probably 17 niggas on that server. He started emailing the company that created it. Turns out it was Bell Helicopter. He got invited to tour the facility in DFW. After the tour, they offered him a job.
Okay.
So he moved to Texas and bought a big house.
Dallas.
Never had to work as a plumber again. So not rich, but definitely came up.
Right.
Bro was gaming.
Gaming is a new wave. It ain't even new no more. It's a way of life now.
It's definitely not new, but when I did the flying simulator in Japan, it was the same one that they did. It just was, I had to go over less things, like less buttons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it really is like simulators can get that realistic where if you spend all day on a simulator, you'll actually learn that skill.
Yeah.
I think the where we messed up as gamers was Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero, you could put in all that time and not.
You ain't.
Yeah, after I was playing on expert on Guitar Hero, I bought an acoustic guitar. I was like, there's no way I can do all of this and not know how to play the guitar.
Right.
But simulators have sort of like ventured into realism.
So when did you learn to play the acoustic guitar? Because I know you know how to play it.
After Guitar Hero.
So it motivated you to learn how to play that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
Because even the motions of it was cool. Like that's a big thing about playing the guitar is like when you do a bunch of stuff, it feels nice.
That's why we got air guitars.
Exactly. That's exactly why. But I wanna learn how to fly a plane through flight simulators.
Yeah, that's the only way I'll learn.
The mechanic my family took our cars to went on a vacation and on the way home stopped at a riverboat casino. He said he was spending the last of his gambling money putting $5 chips into a huge slot machine when all of a sudden bells and alarms started going off, and within a minute security guards and casino management was gathered around him. He had won a bit over $1 million. He soon sold his shop and retired, which was too bad because he was the best, most honest mechanic you could ever hope for.
Damn. He deserved it.
Yeah.
He deserved it. Not which was too bad. They was like, damn. No.
Right? No, I don't have a mechanic. Like, nigga, that nigga was miserable.
Yeah, I'm surprised this casino honored it. 'Cause you know how sometimes in casinos, they'd be like, oh, it was a mistake in this machine and give you a $50 coupon to Chili's. Be like,
right.
You know, forgive us for our mistake.
All right, the last one is actually pretty crazy. Okay, so it says that someone I worked with in the mid-90s, her dad was a shift lead at a privately owned gas station. The owner decided to sell it to a chain. Okay, so remember, shift lead at a privately owned gas station. Owner sold it to a chain. Chain comes in and fires all the managers and puts him in charge as the new manager. A few months later, the chain's corporate people came in and needed him to oversee all the other gas stations in the region that they just bought, making him a regional manager. So in less than 6 months, he went from making about $12 an hour to over $200K a year.
$12 an hour. Well, you can't even get gas. Look at that.
Right,
gas
at the station? No, that is actually crazy.
Wow, to $200K. That's beautiful. These were love stories.
Right. Damn.
Do you know anybody that hit it big?
Not unnaturally. You know, not unnaturally.
I know everybody I know really worked for that shit.
Yeah, and when I think of everybody I know who gambles, at the most it'll be like I came home with $200. I came home with $1,200. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think they're putting up crazy amounts, and if they are, they're not winning from it.
I hit a good $10K. The casinos, tables.
I lose $20 and start getting nervous.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys.
You're not supposed to gamble what you don't have to lose.
Don't gamble at all. Let's just say that. Don't. If you think gambling is a good idea, watch Squid Games. Okay, all them niggas was gamblers.
Were they?
Yes. Remember, they were.
I remember they weren't some, in there but I thought some had like debt from other stuff, and they're
it's all debt. It was nobody there who just wanted money. Everybody there was just. That's why they would rather. Most people couldn't walk away because they're like, even if I walked away now, that's a third of my debt.
Right.
And a lot of it was like gambling or loan sharks or something. But yeah. Let us know in the comments what your serial killer trait is. And whatever mine wasn't as good.
It was good. We just talked about it, gambling.
You don't even remember my thread.
I'm sorry. It was good things that happened. Oh, your friends who hit it big.
How your friends got wealthy, if you have a story.
Yeah.
But mainly the first one. All right, you guys. We will see you next week. I've been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephone.
And I have to go to the bathroom later.
Bye.